Hey, I'm Christina. Welcome to Soundwave TV, backstage at the Sydney Soundwave Festival. We're here with Black Veil Brides. How are you guys going today?
Fantastic.
I know you guys toured with the Motor Dolls just after they played Soundwave last year. Did they regale you with any tales of the Soundwave Festival?
No, we weren't allowed to talk to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, because we, I don't know.
It was in their rider,
yeah, it
right?
was in their rider. No children are allowed to talk to them. So.
It's a bit hectic.
Yeah. No, they're great guys. Except for the part we were an opening band at the time, and we were sort of in that area where the opening band doesn't really talk to everybody. But I mean, we're the weird kids at the party, so we stay to ourselves. But they didn't tell us anything. No.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm in for here.
Yeah. Well, you've got a pretty passionate fan base here, so I imagine, things will get pretty hectic.
Well, as I said to you earlier, they're really passionate about sideburns. So when I chose to cut my hair, really excited about the sideburns. Cece has excellent sideburns.
He does.
One time I shaved him. Okay, I was trimming my sideburns. The clip fell off, and it was completely bald all the way up. I looked like Forrest Gump. You guys have that movie down here? For about 3 weeks, I was Forrest Gump.
You guys are about to go and make a new record, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a bit about what you want to do this time? Or?
Honestly, I mean, like I told you earlier, we have an opportunity to wipe the slate clean and just kind of start over again. And obviously we want to keep in tune with what we did on the last two records, but we want to be able to do something that's, if anything, it's fun for us to make albums. So whatever we're feeling in the moment, or what the vibe of the songwriting process is, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I mean, we don't really have any preconceived notions for what the record's going to be. It's going to be what it is. We have a few songs written for it, but we're really looking to go into the studio and write the bulk of the record there.
We definitely opened up some doors and experimented with a few different writing situations in the studio. But we're working on some stuff now that's definitely the next step forward.
Yeah, awesome.
Bigger, better.
Yeah. Heavier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How was South America?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Got all my stuff stolen.
Dude.
They were very, very passionate. A little too passionate sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I hear Andy almost got kidnapped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary place. It's a scary place full of love.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans were crazy, but that's.
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, definitely. What's sort of your ultimate goal as a band?
I don't know. I mean, I think for us, it's always a continued effort. We want to be the band that we want to be, and I mean, whatever that means to us at the time. I mean, we obviously write a lot of songs and we release music and we play shows, but our main goal is just to have fun with the band and to be the biggest band in the world and to continue on the path that we have. Right now, we're a successful band, obviously, but we're all staying hungry and we don't want to become complacent. We want to continue in that regard. So
Yeah, definitely.
at this point, it's just having fun and continuing to grow.
The whole visual style of your band, I mean, do you feel it distracts from things? And I mean, if people are focusing on sideburns and stuff, or
I can never focus on singing.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on sideburns.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think if someone's dumb enough to look at us and not understand that we're playing music, then they should. What are they doing anyway?
Yeah.
It's like, to me, we're not here to please the ignorant, and we like what we do. And if someone doesn't, then that's sort of their prerogative. But we enjoy the show. We think that it shouldn't be mutually exclusive. We think that rock stars and rock bands should be able to put on a real show for an audience and have something that's more than just people that walked off the street. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our whole thing. If someone disagrees with that, and I know there's a lot of people who will and do. In fact, a vast majority of the people who will watch this interview will talk about how gay we look. But to me, it's like I'm not really interested in appeasing people that are sort of small. Small people are worth nothing.
Well, some of my favorite bands, like Marilyn Manson's on the bill, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Like, come on, talk about theatrics. Slipknot, theatrics. To me, it just adds another element to the show.
What do you think in terms of Australia? I mean, this being our first time ever being here, is the audience in Australia generally a more rock and roll audience?
I think so. Definitely at a Soundwave Festival. Like, I think we've got a really long history with sort of, especially like punk rock, metal. I mean, everything goes back to like AC/DC even, like rock and roll. It's funny. The guy from Fear Factory actually said to me, he's like, rock and roll and metal is in your hearts, because of that, because of AC/DC, because that started a million American rock bands and that really set people on a whole path. And, and I think it does. It sparks something in your imagination when a band are willing to step into a character. Do you feel you're stepping into a character or just being yourself?
Maybe in the beginning, not so much now, because what we do is so, and it's not our characters or our makeup on stage and stuff, it's become so much of us intrinsically that it's not really, we don't go into a character. Maybe we're ready to go on stage a little bit more. I felt like I could never justify being the personality or the character that I am on stage without having some sort of persona behind it. So I guess maybe there's a certain degree of that, but I don't think that we actively step into a character or, you know, maybe when
Yeah.
we first started we felt something when we were putting on our makeup to feel a little bit different, but now it's like this is what we do, this is what we enjoy, it's our duty to our audience to give them that. So if anything, it's more getting your game face on than anything else.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I've seen, like, obviously you guys haven't played here before. I've seen a lot of footage on YouTube. I mean, it's pretty physical, the experience. Is fan interaction something that you experience it from the other side first, or?
That's
Was there-
different.
yeah.
I mean, no matter what kind of music you're into, there's always a very specific feeling when you go to a show. And I grew up loving like punk rock music and the sort of the community vibe behind that.
Yeah,
and actually, some of the bands that are on this tour, like bands like Street Dogs and other bands like that, I used to see when I was a little kid, and there was always very much of a community behind it. And we sort of look at a Black Veil Bride show as being all inclusive, though we are up on the stage. We're presenting music to an audience that's singing with us. Without them, we would be playing it to an empty room. So we see our shows and our audience and what we do as being something that's important to, you know, I mean, Soundwave, our set is 30 minutes, but if in those 30 minutes a kid can come to the show and feel something sort of outside of the drudgeries of day-to-day life, or feel like what they're feeling is something substantial, then that's the most important thing to us. So we're a rock and roll band. What we make is simple. What we do is 3.5-minute songs with gang vocals and guitar solos, but if it can make someone feel something, then I think that that's the true testament to the artist or what have you.